The land we know as Israel and Palestine has been a land of conflict for over a century. Both sides lay claim to this ancient land. Their claims are rooted in history, religion, and national identity. The ongoing conflict between Israel and Gaza is a particularly volatile chapter in this larger narrative. To understand the present, we must revisit the past. The 1948 Arab-Israeli War led to the creation of Israel and the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. Many fled to Gaza, a narrow strip of land along the Mediterranean coast. Gaza has been a focal point of tension and violence ever since. Over the decades, there have been numerous wars and uprisings. The Six-Day War in 1967 resulted in Israel's occupation of Gaza. The Oslo Accords in 1993 offered a glimmer of hope for peace. However, the situation remained fragile. Hamas, a Palestinian militant group, gained control of Gaza in 2007. Their control further strained relations with Israel. This set the stage for a series of devastating conflicts in the years that followed. October 7, 2023 marked a turning point. Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israeli towns bordering Gaza. Militants infiltrated Israeli territory, killing over 1,200 people. They also took hundreds hostage. The attack sent shockwaves through Israel. It was a stark reminder of the ever-present threat on its borders. Israel responded swiftly and forcefully, launching a full-scale military operation in Gaza. The images that emerged were horrifying. The death toll mounted rapidly, with civilians bearing the brunt of the violence. International condemnation was swift, with calls for de-escalation from all corners of the globe. This attack was unlike any before it. It was a brazen assault on Israeli soil, targeting civilians with brutal force. The scale of the violence and the hostage-taking marked a dangerous escalation in the conflict. The conflict did not remain confined to Gaza. Hezbollah, a powerful Iran-backed militant group based in Lebanon, entered the fray. They launched rockets into northern Israel, opening up a second front in the war. This marked a significant expansion of the conflict. Hezbollah's involvement raised fears of a wider regional war. Israel found itself battling on two fronts, facing a coordinated offensive from both Gaza and Lebanon. The international community watched with bated breath. The situation was volatile, with the potential to spiral out of control. Diplomatic efforts intensified, urging all parties to exercise restraint and seek a ceasefire. The involvement of Hezbollah transformed the conflict from a bilateral clash into a multi-party war. It underscored the complex web of alliances and rivalries in the region, highlighting the volatile nature of the Middle East. The war has had a devastating impact on both sides. Gaza, already impoverished and densely populated, faces a humanitarian catastrophe. The relentless bombardment has left its infrastructure in ruins. Hospitals are overwhelmed, struggling to cope with the influx of casualties. Food and water are scarce. The people of Gaza are trapped in a nightmare, facing unimaginable suffering and loss. Israel, too, is grappling with the consequences of the war. The economic toll has been heavy. The cost of military operations, coupled with the disruption to daily life, has taken a toll on the Israeli economy. The psychological impact is profound. The trauma of the initial attack, coupled with the constant fear of rocket fire, has left deep scars on Israeli society. The war has exacted a heavy price, both economically and socially.